I must say I'm delighted to see that Nigel Farage has got his hands on a report from Coutts which suggests that indeed it was not because he had fallen below a financial threshold that he lost his treasured bank accounting facility in Coutts and was thrown out to the ordinary banks like ordinary mortals. I'm delighted to see that it was not because of that. I'm delighted to see that he's now got his hands on a document which apparently, a 36-page document that says he was targeted on personal and professional grounds, and most particularly that, quote, the committee did not think continuing to bank NF, Nigel Farage, was compatible with Coutts given his publicly stated views that were at odds with our position as an inclusive organisation. This was not a political decision, but one centred around inclusivity and purpose. So Farage has said that he believes that the bank was targeting him for allegedly racist and xenophobic views, which he says is an appalling slur. I've had dealings with Mr. Farage over precisely the issue of racism and xenophobia, and my view at the time and my view still today is that Farage himself is not either a racist or a xenophobe, but that he doesn't see any reason, or didn't see any reason when he was in control of UKIP, to challenge the xenophobia and the racism that was at the heart of UKIP, the organisation itself. I think Farage probably is a fairly genial and tolerant man, but there is a limit to toleration. I think he tolerates people with extremely unpleasant views, as well as people who come from other backgrounds. I think his concept of toleration needs revision, but I don't see him as being fundamentally racist or indeed xenophobic. I do think his policies are wrong, and I think in many ways he has ushered in the likes of Suella Braverman and Robert Jenrick, who have a significantly more dangerous impact on our lives than Farage, and they're wielding that impact. I think the Brexit adventure was one that was predicated on racism, and the racist and xenophobic debate dominated the Brexit decision and has come to dominate the aftermath as well, as we've seen in the obsession with small boats, which is a very small, if we compare what we are experiencing in terms of migration with what is being experienced by Italy now and what has been experienced by Greece since the early part of the century, we have got it light. We've got it easy. And the only reason we are experiencing it at all is because our government was too stupid, too asinine, too lazy, and too indifferent to stuck up its own agendum to bother to negotiate an alternative to the Dublin III Convention. The stupidity of Boris and Mrs. May is what has landed us in the mess with the Rwanda plan. Stupidity, not plan, not intention. And that stupidity is very much geared to the rabble-rousing, the demagogy, and the self-satisfied smugness of people like Mr. Farage. That is not, I think, the reason why Coutts got rid of him. I think Coutts have done him an injustice, and in that they are leading the way with the sort of injustices that I hear about on a regular basis from banks. Our banking sector has got above itself and is behaving like judge and jury and is behaving like some sort of authority. The bank is a servant. The bank is offering a service, and it needs to know its place and get back in its place and stop lording it over individuals.